So let's take it to the more conscious level of the of brain function and talk in terms of kind of the intellectual, the learning piece of things. How do you go about cultivating intellectual depth in this distracted world? I mean, we see so many people that are spending the majority of their time on these devices scrolling, and I have to admit, I do go on Instagram and watch some of your videos from time to time. um, and it's easy to become distracted from that which really builds our brains. So how do we go about cultivating more intellectual depth?
Well, you've got to boundaries, number one, okay, with other people and things around you like iPads and iPhones. I'm always reading. I'm always, I think as myself, so I think of myself rightly or wrongly, but rightly, as a genius. Um, because I've done so much in the addiction world. I've changed, I've wrote for Harvard, I've done all these great things around. And uh, uh, I have to stay away from negative people, but I um, am teachable today and I'm always learning new stuff. So all the videos, guys, if you go on and check out all my sites, all them videos and all that stuff, that I don't do that. I have a team that does all that. I've never watched a podcast. I've never seen myself on TV. I do not read my book. I do all of that. I just be teachable all the time. So I'm watching it, intellectual programs. We love Jeopardy and stuff like that. My wife's an intellect. She's reading. She does about 3 books a week. I struggle through one a month, but I'm getting there quicker. And just be careful who I listen to. I'm not going to listen to somebody who hasn't done what I've done. And you see this all the time. Like when you're building an empire and you're listening to a guy sat in his mum's bedroom, his 4th divorce has happened, his kids don't want to see him, he's overweight, he's got no prospects, and he's commenting on what I do. I don't think so. So you always have to be teachable, always learning new stuff all of the time. We had a thing in the office that we used to do in Dallas that every day somebody had to look up a word that nobody, like de minimis was mine. And I started using de minimis all day. And their job was not only to use it once or twice with patients or friends, but then find out what it means. And again, always learning, but not the words like, and if, the words that when you see, you go, wow, I didn't know that meant that. So de minimis, for instance, is of no importance. So when you're around somebody talking and they're not saying the right thing, they're de minimis to me. They have no importance to me. So yeah, we always do that. It's so much fun.
I thought de minimis was one of the Transformers.
Oh God, I love that. That was quick, that Jeff.
I try. Uh, so you've kind of already talked a little bit about emotional reactivity, but how does that undermine otherwise intelligent people?
In what way? Just explain that a bit more.
Well, I mean, we take people that, and you work with a lot of people that I'm sure have advanced degrees, very bright individuals, very well educated, and yet they struggle with things that, their intellect should tell them, why are you bothering with that?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of it's second thinking, second doubting. We got a lot of intellectuals, of course, that we work with that don't know their self-worth. They're always questioning themselves, doubting themselves. And again, it goes back to brain patterns of what you want to be, how you want to be, and how you're going to go around it. Again, it's kind of like the inside don't match the outside kind of thing. So we mix with a lot of people that are famous, but not college famous. So they've either dropped out of high school, and the opposite. We find out that people that intellect struggle with what's on the outside and vice versa. Somebody on the outside might be the biggest movie star in the world, but inside they're crying like a little baby every night in the nicest possible way. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So it's kind of finding that balance as well. Balance is so important in life. People ask me, what's a good addiction? And it's a tricky question because I go to the gym every day and I've lost 20 pounds. Brilliant, brilliant. But I have to go every day. Brilliant. I love that. But I'm on vacation next week and I'm trying to look up the nearest gym. Not good. that becomes a bad addiction because it takes you away from the family or anything else that you're doing. So learn about your stuff. Stay emotionally available, because a lot of people aren't emotionally available. And try and figure out, especially if you're in a high performance area and you're always doubting, figure out who you are. 100%.